you go to college for free and healthcare was free, and they were like extra 10%. You're like, fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But not everybody would do that. As soon as people
you know how much money, if you have kids, you know how much money you spend saving for college and private schools. If all that was taken care of, you're talking in the hundreds of thousands in saving.
Yeah.
So over the span of your life, that's just higher taxes. Stop being a pussy. Scandinavia, y'all.
So many people here are just playing catch up, you know?
Yeah.
You'll always be playing catch up.
You're just trying to like get it. You're just trying to not fuck up. All that stuff was taken care of ahead of time.
It's pretty crazy that in another country that's not even a problem like at all.
No. I'm afraid to have children because of just the school part.
It's so weird when Canadian, like, they always have that one. The Canadians have the ultimate one-upper.
Yeah.
Control Core Angel is at the top of that mountain.
I find
That's
it
where
so
the vault
intriguing.
is being
It
held.
is fun.
The
It's
slab
really
key is at the foot of the
pathetic
cliff.
that
He can help us get past.
intruder! Pretty
We
bad.
got an intruder!
No.
To your point, like I'm afraid to
Sounds
play
like our
pickup game
periods in
basketball
another
with my
assassin.
friends because I don't
All
have
right, boys.
So it's
You
like,
break
what
your
if
ankle,
yeah,
it's $12,000.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have to fight through the slabs.
Like, time to move back home.
Yeah.
You fucked your knee up.
So when you go, so if you like cut your finger or something and you go to the emergency room, do they ask you for money before they do anything?
They ask you if you have insurance.
And if you say no, then they're like, see ya.
Then you gotta fill out a bunch of paperwork and
Tons of
bullshit.
paperwork.
So it's like you're laying there bleeding. There's like,
Yeah.
yeah, sign here, sign
You still
there.
have to sign all this shit?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's, you know, if you're dying, they're gonna
That's
attend to you, but
crazy.
yeah.
Then you gotta pay it, and you get a hot bill.
Because in Canada, you go to the emergency room and they ask you what your name is, and then you go.
Yeah, we've all seen Sicko.
Let me ask you this, because everyone the knock on Canada is, oh, you gotta wait forever to go to see a doctor. Is that true?
Like in the emergency room or to like
No, just a general practitioner. Like I want a physical. I feel sick. Not an emergency.
Oh, like your family doctor.
Yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, like I can if I like I've already because I'm going back to Canada in a couple weeks, so I've already booked all of my appointments to get full checkups and stuff. But yeah, you just book an appointment.
What about if you have like a real bad flu? Is it like you go and you're like, I'm sick as shit?
You can go to your doctor, or they have these places called Medi Centers, and it's just like
So cute, medicine.
that's cute. But it's where like if you're not an emergency room problem, but you have a sickness that your
Like
family
urgent
doctor
care.
can't
Yeah,
see.
urgent care.
And then or it's like where the people that don't have a family doctor go.
See?
Our urgent care.
And what? Tax in Canada are extra 10% basically.
I don't
hand over about half.
But that's the thing. That's why I think, like, just being a Canadian in America and watching everything, as soon as somebody hears, if Obama was like, we're raising taxes 10%, people would want him murdered. Because they don't think about how it's going to help them. They just think, you're taking an extra 10% from me.
The argument I've always heard why people don't want their taxes raised, and you can't argue with this, is like, well, the government's shitty at everything. Why they're going to take my money and just do something dumb with it because they're not good at their jobs. You're like, yeah, you're totally right. Because they are super shitty at their jobs. So you're like, why am I going to pay people that suck at this?
Yeah.
Look at it right now. They can't get anything done. This current Congress is the least productive since 1940. So you're like, why do you want, if I make 50 grand, I'm going to give you an extra 5 G's to suck? Like, fuck you. I'd rather use the money. That argument makes total sense.
The other thing I find weird about, and I think that's, like, this is why they can't get anything done here, is because you guys can only have 2 terms as president, right? Like, you can't in for as long as the people like you for. Like, even if Obama was the most likable person and people wanted him back, he couldn't come back. But in Canada, your party stays in. Like, a party can be in power for 50 years if that's what the country wants.
I think the real problem with American politics is campaign finance. Is as soon as you get elected, you spend all your time raising money. And the people you have to get money from control you to get the money.
I think it's also, what you're talking about is also based on where you live, because there's some people on Twitter that are saying, you know, it's not everywhere in Canada. Like, I have to wait 4 hours.
Actually, what it says is you're
15
lying.
hours.
I'm lying. What is he talking about?
Boot?
What is he talking about?
I didn't say a boot. I didn't say a boot. I said
Now
about.
apologize. Immediately apologize.
No.
Sorry for saying a boot.
Okay, wait. So he's saying he has to wait 4 hours for what?
He says 4 hours for a family doctor and about 15 hours for an ER.
It depends on where you are. Like I'm lucky that I have a family doctor.
Imagine Toronto. You know,
Imagine your hand chopped off and you have to wait 15 hours.
Well, but it's not just like what is his thing? Like they put you. They have a triage nurse that puts
Tweet
you
us
in
your
priority.
medical condition.
Yeah, tell us what your
what'd you go in for, dude?
He's in Montreal, by the way.
Okay, so it's a bigger city. Like I grew up in
Shut your mouth,
Edmonton.
Frenchie.
I love Montreal. It's delicious there.
You're from Vancouver?
I'm from Edmonton. I grew up in Edmonton. I was living in Toronto for the past 3 years. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been in an emergency room for 8 or 9 hours. People are awesome, and and they are going to win the Stanley Cup if they ever come back.
We've now reached the end of what I know about it.
You're not alone.
I lived in Vancouver. I loved it.
Vancouver is awesome.
Nick, how was
Nobody
your set?
calls it the Cougar.
I did fun. I made it up. Really fun. I love the Cougar, man. I saw Brett the Hitman Hart in the street about fucking had a heart attack.
He's from Calgary, which is...
I saw him outside a crepe restaurant. I was like, holy God, that is Brett the effing Hitman effing Hart.
I
just
saw
followed
him.
him around for a couple hours.
He was at the comedy store one night with Rowdy Piper, and
I would have had a.
I was
would've passed out.
routinely walking. I was routinely walking by, and I saw him, and I literally, physically got starstruck. I ran into a sewing machine that's leaning against the wall. At the comedy store.
It's so weird the kind of celebrities. Like I could see another celebrity, like a famous actor or actress, and not care, but like there's certain people from your youth who are like, dude, Jim the Animal Steel. Like if he was alive, I would freak out.
The wrestlers are the only ones that get me. Anyone that I meet, I don't give a shit about. But like Jim Duggan was up there. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
80s professional skaters, I freak out. Like if you were a skateboarder in the 80s, I will lose my shit.
You recognize their faces?
I skated.
for
I
sure.
skated in the 80s.
But now it's time for the
One time when I first moved to LA, there's no acting
Now's your chance.
and Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts was right behind me in the same audition line.
You know,
I was a little starstruck.
I have a Donkey Lip story too.
Who is Donkey Lips?
Donkey Lips.
I don't care who he is. Greatest nickname. Hands down, top 5 nicknames of all time.
Wait, I'm confused. I assumed like that whole Salute Your Shorts was a Canadian television show.
What is Swallow Your Shorts?
Salute your shorts.
Salute.
It's so cute how you Canadians get it mixed up.
What is this show? With that,
No, it's just
Swallow
Nickelodeon.
your pants, no, with Salute Your Shorts. Oh, adorable. Well, here we watch something called the television, and on it, things are beamed across the sky, and we enjoy them as children. Salute Your Shorts is a show about a camp, like a children's camp. And Donkey Lips was a package. And
What did he look like?
and he loved dubstep.
Wait, stop. I know that guy. I worked with him in a little film called Dude, Where's My Car? No big deal. His name's Michael Ray Bauer?
Well,
He's got a severe list. And he's
Can I just say that Kevin's name drop total is up to 2. We've got Mark Maron and what's
Look, I've lived a life. It's not my fault you've gotten away with that.
You friends need to stop fighting. So.
Maybe you need to IMDb me.
I thought you guys were best friends.
You know, we're like brothers.
This is our band. Yeah, this is
We're like brothers. But
No, I
wait,
know.
I'm still confused of who Donkey Lips
All right,
is.
let's that's Donkey Lips.
What is this? It's a bag of potato chips. I asked for ruffled potato chips. Hey, what's the difference? One has ruffles and the other one doesn't, you moron. You know, I was gonna sit out here with you, but now you can forget it. Oh, so now you're abandoning me? Yeah, you tin-cup traitor, Tuna.
That's the kid that was in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That shaved mullet kid?
Oh, yeah.
He was
in the arcade
Who
with
ended up being, that is, of course, Edward
Great
Furlong.
job.
To be fair, I didn't have any lines to do.
No, that was Edward Furlong?
The kid from Salute Your
That wasn't
Shorts.
Edward
Come on
Furlong.
back and we'll
No,
see about
it's actually Mel Gibson. That's a young Mel Gibson.
So is Salute Your Shorts like an after-school special?
No, it was like a really
It was a
raunchy
TV show.
kid comedy.
Oh, really?
about
It was
this-
Nickelodeon, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Canada had, You Can't Do That on Television, which is Alanis Morissette, which had all the sliming and all that stuff.
Yeah, a lot of, I remember like there was an ongoing sketch with the Booger, the short order cook at the,
Did you guys have size small?
No.
Oh, it had
We
like
did
a
have
dance.
Degrassi, though.
It had a dancing Degrassi, not Degrassi.
Oh, you dumb idiot, Kevin, you idiot.
You really want to go head-to-head on pronunciation, Canada?
It's Degrassi. Who calls it Degrassi?
I just did, and I've been on television, so I win.
With who?
JK.
He just name dropped television.
They were a really good band. Look them up.
I learned so much about life from Degrassi, though. I learned what an abortion was. I learned what
Degrassi did that show that I can't pronounce that was some edgy stuff.
It was good. Like
Yeah.
it was like, and I'm not like the new one is whatever.
There was no real
The one that
American
Drake was
equivalent
on.
that was that edgy.
Drake.
You didn't like the Drake one?
I liked it, but it wasn't like as cheesy as the other one. Like, but it was upsetting because there were like things that happened to the characters, and Wheels. Did you guys know the story about Wheels?
Not so complex.
Maurice. One only came of Los Angeles.
No, the guy that played Wheels on Degrassi.
You're asking a lot of us.
Okay.
He started as the.
You should be super psyched I've ever heard of it.
No, Kevin, you know him. He was the leader of the Brewery King Kids Club.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So anyway, he died 5 years ago, and then like nobody knew about it, and then suddenly in Canada on Twitter they were like, Wheels is dead, and people were like 5 years after he actually died. That's Wheels right there.
That's like how I found out Leroy died from fame, and it hit me real hard.
We gotta move.
But it was like,
We gotta destroy those
how long?
Wheels' parents were kind of ugly, but he
real?
was adopted, so that's why. And Wheels was the hot one for a while.
Isn't that the chick from like some zombie movie that recently came out or something?
I don't know. But Wheels and
We still haven't seen Wheels.
Why is she ironing something that's the same color as
that's
the shit
Wheels.
she's already wearing?
Oh, Sean Astin. Yeah. You know, as the Hobbit.
Did you ever stop to think
Did he only wear that color?
rock music was part of an alien plot to take over the world?
right now. Oh, I miss this.
So that's what they teach the Canadians. The music is an alien plot to take over.
It was a Canadian joke.
Oh.
But no, so my Donkey Lips Viacom story, we're close, was that I ran into him. He worked at a comic store at the Universal Studios. He worked at a mall at Universal Studios just as a comic book store employee. It was he crushed me.
Just wait.
Because I grew up somewhat near LA and loved that show and was like, God, these guys are riding around golden helicopters. And I walk into this comic book store and it's
I'm breaking the shield on that beacon!
Was that his character name?
You were just firing off a text and you were using your right thumb and left index finger.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Really? I don't know.
The opposite thumb. I was like, wow, that's really weird. That's
Why are
a really
you watching me?
weird combination.
He was staring at your boobs and then...
Have
Yeah,
any of
this
you
is
guys,
right in front of
any
him.
of you guys, I don't know if you guys still have, if any of you still have normal jobs, but have you ever been recognized at your normal job for doing something, and then you have sort of the same situation?
Sometimes when I'm bagging groceries.
I was on a subway once, and somebody came up to me and was like, oh my god, I know you from somewhere, and I was like, I was supposed to be something at a company. But he goes, you work at my Starbucks.
You get recognized
as a
out of
barista.
your...
Yeah. But I did get recognized once with this guy. I used to have a joke about a big vagina joke. He came up to me at a Blue Jays baseball game, and there's all these people around. He's like, oh my god, you're the big pussy girl. This is the big pussy girl. And he was screaming and he wouldn't stop, and it was embarrassing.
You got a lot of black.
Yeah, I do, but it's not because I like actively go for them. They just
Well, I saw.
they're, even tonight.
Yeah, the black guys love her. They just love her.
Well, I
It's
saw like 6 minutes of your comedy, and it's like there's 3 black dick references.
Yeah, I know. Just because I haven't been writing.
No, I don't mean that as a bad thing.